Okay, we're back. So this is simmering here. And you can either use a skillet like this. This is a non-stick skillet, or you can use a saucepan, whichever you have handy, okay? So I have my timer set on my phone, or you can get a small kitchen timer. They have them at the Dollar Tree for 99 cents. So we're gonna let this simmer. We have about 2 more minutes on here. Okay, so we are going to, while that's simmering, we're going to take our tequila and put our orange juice in there. I'm going to move my lime zest out of the way one more time. And my honey. And we're going to add our cornstarch to the tequila and the orange juice, okay? And we're going to take our whisk again and whisk that together. You can get a smaller whisk too from Walmart in their kitchen section. So what this is doing is kind of making what is called a slurry. So it's kind of similar to making a gravy, where you put the cornstarch inside of a liquid and it's going to thicken up your sauce, okay? So that's what this is called. So there we have that there. We have about 20 more seconds on our timer. All right, our timer has stopped. And so now we're going to stir in our slurry that we made, okay? And as you slowly pour it in, take your spatula and stir it around. Okay, and we're going to stir until it gets thick. Alright, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Okay, so our sauce is thick now. Now we're going to stir in our honey and lime zest. You want to make sure you get it all in there. Again, why gloves come in handy. Get all that honey in there and our lime zest. Okay. Now we're going to take that all and stir it together. Okay, turn that fire off underneath there. And we're going to grab our brush and brush it on our chicken. And this little silicone brush, I believe I got this from Walmart too, possibly the Dollar Tree. That's where I get a lot of my baking utensils, because I can get a bunch of them for a cheap price just in case something breaks down or I lose it. So we're going to brush all of this chicken. And about halfway through our cooking time, so at 10 minutes, so I'm going to set our timer again for 10 minutes. So at our 10-minute mark, I'm going to turn these chicken drumettes over and brush the other side. Now another thing that you can do if you want to get real fancy with this, which is why they're called lollipops, you can take you would just use the drum and not the flat, and you would take it and you would cut off this bottom portion of the skin all the way around to expose the bare bone, and then you just have the circle part here, and that would be your lollipop. Okay, but the kids don't usually like it like that. It looks weird to them, so for that sake, you could just leave the chicken whole as it is like this. Okay, so here we have all of our chicken. It's brushed with our marinade, and then we are going to pop this in the oven. Okay, I'm going to set our timer again for 10 minutes. Okay. And while that is cooking, we're going to come back over here and get ready for our apple slices. So I'm going to slide the paper down that has our apple slices, apple products on it rather. Grab another cutting board so we can cut our apples. Now for your apples, these apples that I have are the apples in a bag. I don't really like those, but it was all my store had. I would suggest getting the apples that are sold singular because they're bigger, and that way you get bigger apple sandwiches, okay? So we don't want the core, so we want to get as close to the center as possible and cut down. It's gonna have a little bit of core in there, but we can cut that out. Okay, set that aside. And if you have an apple core, you can do that, use that, or you can take your measuring spoon, a metal one, and use that to core. Again, utilize what you have at home. You don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of utensils to do these things. Okay, so I'm going to core the other side. And then we're gonna cut once again. Now, fun fact about your chef here, I cannot cut in a straight line, okay? So if your apples come out looking kind of funky like mine, don't worry about it. Because it's just for the kids, and they're going to eat it, and they're not going to care. Okay? Because that is a trick that I've never learned how to do correctly, is cut in a straight line. I don't know why. I don't know how I passed my knife cuts in culinary school, because let me tell you, it is a difficult task for me. So I'm going to just cut a couple of these just to show you what it should look like. Now with these, you can make them as healthy or as sweet as you would like. This is totally up to you and your kids and your taste buds, okay? Like what you want in your apple sandwich. Okay, so I have two here, funky little cut my breads, right? My apple bread. That's what we're gonna call them. Our apple breads here, okay? So we're gonna take our peanut butter. Have our peanut butter here, and I use Jif because choosy moms choose Jif. But of course, you can use whatever peanut butter you please. One other trick to keep the apples from browning is you can squeeze a little lemon juice on them, and that will stop the apples from browning, because once they hit the air, they oxidize, and that's how we get the brown. Okay, so we're gonna spread our peanut butter on our apples. And it's a good idea too to, if you're gonna do this early, unlike me where I'm just doing this for the purpose of this class, but if you're gonna do this and you're gonna prep them ahead of time, you want to take a piece of paper towel and you want to damp them dry. This way the peanut butter doesn't slide off and all of your toppings will stick, okay? So now if you like me and you like a lot of peanut butter, you can spread both sides, or you can just spread one. It's up to you. But I love peanut butter, so I'm gonna do both sides of my little apple breads. Now again, this is a fun snack that the kids can help you with, or they can do themselves. You can get a butter knife, and the butter knife will cut the apple just the same. That way they won't cut themselves. And they have the kids utensils that are even, more dull, that can cut and help them make snacks. All right, so we have our apples with their peanut butter on them. And now we're gonna take our granola. And you wanna get the smaller chunks of granola. And you're going to place the granola on there. Now, the granola isn't mandatory, okay? So the granola is optional. But this is one way that we can make this snack even more healthy, because we have our apples, and then we're gonna add granola. Okay, you're gonna put those all on there, stick it to the peanut butter. And then I think for this one, so this is a mixture of almonds, toasted almonds, and toasted coconut. So we can sprinkle that on there. Yummy. And you can stop there, or you can add more if you like. Like we have chocolate chips. I think I want chocolate chips on this one too. Now everything is not going to stick. It's okay if some stuff falls to the side. It's perfectly all right. You want to make sure you grab the right other side to go with it, and then you're just going to place that on top, and there you have it. Now we're going to do our other one, and I think I'm going to use, I found these really cute unicorn sprinkles, because who doesn't love unicorns, right? I'm going to put some unicorn sprinkles on there. And some marshmallows. Okay, and put that on top. And voila, your apple sandwiches are done. You can also add things like dried banana chips. Like I said, we have the chocolate chips. So your possibilities with these apple sandwiches are endless, okay? You can drizzle honey on them. You can take the chocolate syrup and drizzle that on there. I think I have some. Okay, our timer is done here. So we're gonna turn our chicken over now. See, you can take your chocolate syrup, and drizzle on there for an even messier snack. Okay, so that is that with our apple sandwiches. So those are done. You can take another tray, a cookie sheet, put some parchment paper, line that with parchment paper, and then set your apples on there. Cover them with foil or plastic wrap and pop those in the refrigerator, and they'll be ready for you guys once dinner is done. Or if you want, you could give the kids a little snack while they wait for dinner, because we have 10 more minutes for our chicken. So let me grab our chicken from the oven. We're gonna turn these over, and you should probably use some tongs for this, okay? I have what they call chef hands, so they're like pretty much burnt. So me flipping this chicken over, it's not a big deal. We're going to take our marinade, the rest of it. And I was just thinking that these would probably be really good on the grill, especially now it's summertime. You could do the same technique on the grill. After 10 minutes, turn them over, take the rest of your marinade, brush it on, and then they let the grill finish cooking it. And it'll get those nice grill marks and the char from the grill. That would be really, really good. You can also